Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 5th through the 11th. And during that time, we have a waning gibbous moon first for the first part of the week. That's a really good time of self-reflection, a good time to get rid of our bad habits and negative thinking and continue to work towards our goals and aspirations. We then have the third quarter moon that comes in on the 8th, and that is a good time for inward reflection, a good time for us to start wrapping those projects up that we started during the new moon in this cycle. And we're just going to continue to get rid of just negativity and just push through and try to get those things accomplished. We then have the waning crescent moon for the rest of the week. That is a time of stability and calm, and it is a good time for us to start to look around and at those things that we were working on during this cycle. Did we finish those things? Are we done with those things? Do we need to tweak things and maybe start anew if we didn't get them completed? Or are we done with those things and we've got a new project that we will be thinking about when the new moon comes up for next week? So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Pisces. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that your dreams need a practical plan. And I believe that was also Capricorn's card. So if you are a cross watcher and you have a Capricorn in your life, you may need to look at their reading as well, because that was their overall message. So, all right, as I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you take some time to meditate. So this could be something that you just do daily for 5 or 10 minutes. I like to do this when the house is quiet in the morning. I just take that time, even if it's just 5 minutes. I find that it gets me very centered. It gets me, a nice deep breathing exercises, and just really makes me afterwards the ability to focus on what I need to accomplish that day, what I need to get done, be productive, and how I want to live that day. So just a really good way to start off your day. Or if that's harder for you to do, which it is for some of us, maybe try to give yourself like 45 minutes to an hour throughout the week, a couple of times a week, to do a longer meditation. So whichever one of those works, but try to work meditation into your day-to-day life somehow, or weekly. Let's see if these cards want to shuffle today. They're really giving me trouble. But anyway, that is my fun weekly reminder, is that you try to work meditation into your life somehow. It can be a really, really great tool just for focus and calm. So, all right, let's get into this reading. Pisces, July 5th through the 11th. Your dreams need a practical plan. Your present energy right now is the 5 of Cups. So something where you're feeling like you're grieving some sort of loss, or something, something going on where you're maybe a little bit down in the dumps. So, let's see what's going on as the cards come out. Always, I say you have to feel feelings that you're feeling. Just make sure you get in there and just intensely feel them. Sometimes you can do that and then let go and turn around and let life go on. But remember that you do have some support. There are cups here at your back. So your current situation right now is the 2 of Swords here. So you're definitely thinking some decision through. And take the time to do it. And I might be born out of the sadness or something that's going on, but take the time to think that through. There should be nobody forcing you to make any quick decisions about anything, especially if they're big, important decisions. But just go ahead and take that time this week to think it through. What is at the root of this situation is the 3 of Wands. So you're definitely thinking about new ventures. This could be travel. Maybe you're thinking about vacation, where you want to go on vacation. Maybe you do just need a getaway. Maybe life's just kind of been blah lately and you need to get away a little bit. So if that's the case, go ahead and, try to make a decision. Don't be forced into anything. But maybe you do need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a getaway, and go ahead and do that. So, or is there some new passionate venture that you want, that you're trying to embark on, but life is kind of getting in the way for you? If that's the case, again, your dreams need a practical plan. Sometimes things don't happen overnight. You just have to chip away a little bit at a time at them. So that might be the case. In your recent past, here is the Page of Pentacles. So definitely nurturing something that you're passionate about, whatever that could be. Passions are anything under the sun. This could be anything from our families to a hobby to something that we have. It's just something that is exciting about life. We can't go along and let life just be very boring and it's all about work and just getting things accomplished. There's fun time too. So make sure that whatever that you've been nurturing in your past, it could be something that pulls you kind of out of the dumps a little bit. So, I mean, maybe you've taken up needlepoint, and you're very passionate, whatever it is. Again, there's so many things under the sun. Make sure you're engaging with that thing that you do feel happy about every week. What is on your mind this week is the Two of Cups. So, coming together in some sort of partnership with someone, maybe to come up with a solution or to talk to them about whatever this decision you're trying to work on. But that also puts two twos on the table. So, look up angel number 22 and see if that has any bearing on what's going on in your life right now that could be helpful for you. But yeah, it's on your mind to come together in partnership with someone, maybe to have a resolution to this, maybe to help manage whatever this grief is. So if you need to come together with that person, find them and go ahead and get that accomplished. What is just ahead of you this week is the Queen of Wands. So, you're nurturing some sort of passion here. And the Queen is about the understanding of that thing. It's like understanding why you need to. Let's say that you've recently taken up kayaking, and it's the one thing that gets you in the moment that makes you not think about things that are bothering you or whatever that are on your mind, the queen is definitely it's like you understand that and you need to participate in that thing because it gets you in the moment, it gets you out of thinking about things that you might be ruminating about. So definitely make sure that you're participating in those things that give you the most happiness, those things that you're very passionate about. What is in your advice position here is to enjoy the fruits of your labor there with the Nine of Pentacles. So, yeah, I mean, you can't, if there's something going on that does have you kind of down in the dumps about something, you can't focus on it so much that you're letting your life go by. And sometimes sometimes you need a practical plan just to do those things that you are engaged with. And this means scheduling that time to do it, working it into your schedule. If you feel like it's important, it could be maybe it's going to the gym and you need to go 3 days a week. Well, work it into your schedule so that it's something that's a priority for you. They say it takes 21 days to change a habit, right? So if you're doing this for 21 days, all of a sudden it just becomes second nature. You're not having to push yourself. But if it's something you enjoy, make sure that you're just opening up that time and making time to enjoy it. What is beyond your control this week is the Four of Wands. So, something here concerning a wedding. I know we're in now we're into July, but this card was in all the readings in June. I feel like every reading that like there's weddings are on the mind. We're thinking about weddings. We're going to weddings in the usually in the month of June, or thinking about things. So something beyond your control here about some celebration or wedding, that's something you're thinking about. It could be something there also with your decision making skills. So what are the decision making that you're mulling over or thinking about. So could be related. It's kind of beyond your control to be thinking about this is typically weddings, but it could be any kind of celebration. So it could be that you have a cousin in California and you live on the East Coast, and are you going to go to their wedding or to their graduation, or so it's kind of beyond your control that this thing comes about, that you may need to make a decision about as well. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid, is the Death card. So this is about an ending, and it's about a bigger ending. I mean, we have the tens that are about endings, but when it's the Death card, it's something that is just a little bit bigger than you know it's bigger than ending like a project at work, wrapping something like that up, but it just means really the end of something. This could be what your decision making here is about also, is it some sort of ending, that's a big ending, but not one that's easy to come to. Typically, death isn't about actual death, but it is about just the final ending of something and it's either your secret desire to be totally done with something, or you're trying to avoid that. So you need to ask yourself that question. I'm sure each of you individually know exactly what I'm talking about. So is it your secret desire? And then might be a bearing on your decision. It might be what you're thinking about this week as well. All right, and your outcome position is the World card. So I think whatever happens, There's no right or wrong here to this answer. It'll be different for different Pisces. So, however you answer that, just know the reason for your answer. But in the end, here you are, kind of at the end of a cycle with this perfect balance. It's like this is dream comes true. This is things are in harmony. This is fulfillment and freedom. This is the very last card in the major arcana, and it is about balance and kind of the ending of a story. And it's more of a happy ending than, the death card seems like it's kind of a doom and gloom ending, but it's really not. But you're getting to the point where you're done thinking about something when it comes to making a decision. I feel like your decision point is about to be there, and you're going to be happy with the decision that you make. So enjoy the fruits of your labor in the meantime, and make sure you're making some space to do the things that you're passionate about. What is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. So it could be that even though you have this ending, you may not communicate it just quite yet. It might just be that you come to an internal decision and well, this is my decision. You might want to communicate it next week. There might be a better time for you to communicate that, but I feel like it's just kind of inside. You come to that conclusion and you may not be communicating it yet, which is just fine. Nobody needs to know that yet, I guess. So that's fine if you're at least internally coming to some sort of peace with it. But it looks like with that World card, I do see that as a happy ending. You feel very balanced about it. You feel very free because of the decision that you've made. All right, let's get you a final message card here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Pisces, and the card that you get is to choose friends wisely. Okay, we've got this friend card up here. So whoever this is you're talking to, make sure it is somebody that you trust to go to with certain things. And choose that friend wisely. I haven't seen that card hardly ever, so that's an interesting little card to pop up there. All right, what do you need to do in the way of self-care, Pisces? Oh, okay, we've got a couple of cards that are coming out. We're going to take both of them. Okay, the first card that you get is the card that says security. True security comes from having a reserve of time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Make deposits in all of these accounts and you'll be a wealthy person indeed. So, and this card reminds me of these passion things. Make sure that you have a reserve of things, make deposits in there so that you come out a better person. When you get to do the things that you're passionate about, the things that you love to do, it's good for you and it's good for everyone around you as well. The other card that you get is the card called Beauty. Today, you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well in the world with the World card. So, yeah, all is well. It's fine. Nothing's, whatever, if you've been having these internal thoughts and this struggle with something that you're trying to make a decision on, I mean, I think you're going to feel better once you just make the decision. Just decide and then just go with it. Now you're done thinking about it. The decision is made, and whatever it is, you're at the end of this journey, and you just make your decision about it and go about your life. That's all you can really do. So, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know. Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe really helps me. So thank you so much for doing that. I do appreciate that so much. More importantly, it helps you find me next week. Come on back and let's see where this energy goes. So thanks so much, Pisces. Good luck with this, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.